Coming up on Cowboys Special Edition, we take a look at the Dallas defense, which continues to improve from week to week.
Rushed, he is hit and he's sacked.
Wide receiver Terrence Williams heads to Atlanta following a career day against the Chiefs.
Oh, he was so alone.
Safety Jeff Heath talks about how his preparation has changed after starting all 8 games this season.
Intercepted!
And we'll look ahead at this weekend's opponent, the Atlanta Falcons, who were in the Super Bowl just 9 months ago. All that and more coming up on Cowboys Special Edition, brought to you by AT&T.
When the Chiefs scored on that crazy play to Tyreek Hill at the end of the half and then came out and scored to start the third quarter, went up 17-14, I thought we were looking at war.
The Cowboys' win over the Chiefs on Sunday revealed a Dallas team that showed a lot of determination, especially after a freakish play to end the first half.
Time has expired. He throws it over the middle of the hill. 40, 30, 25, outside to the 20. Watch this. Tyreek Hill broke free. Touchdown. How about that?
Instead, the Cowboys were unfazed by a turn of events that flipped the score from a 14-3 lead to a 3-point deficit without ever getting the ball on offense.
We stood in this very spot 90 minutes ago after they made a big-time play, and we didn't. And lesser men and a lesser team would have flinched, would have blinked, would have gotten the other way. And to me, it's about fight, it's about mental toughness, it's about team, it's about how you respond. Good things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. Just keep playing and fighting for each other. We did that today. We did that for 3 hours against a damn good football team, and it's a hell of a win. It's a team win. Nice job, boys.
The game may have been the team's most complete performance of the season. Quarterback Dak Prescott seemed to agree.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, we'll go back, we'll look at the film. We always say it's never as good or it's never as bad as you think it was. So we'll go back, check the film. I mean, there's things we still got to get better at, but it was a great performance. I mean, from offense, from the defense, special teams, from the whole team of just staying in, especially that play they had there at the end of halftime, just to come back in the second half and continue doing the good things we were doing in the first was important to us.
For me and us, I think he's playing at the highest level in the NFL right now. That was certainly evident out there today. He had an outstanding game. We're playing a great coach over there, and Andy Reid. Boy, is he a challenge to play against.
Prescott's 10-yard touchdown run of the second quarter was the 10th of his career. Since 2016, no quarterback in the league has scored more touchdowns.
I think he's playing better this year. You know, he's just total command, really strong with the balls and the throws that he's making. And our offense has started to click here the last 3 weeks. Coach Linehan and him have a great feel for each other. And felt like we were staying ahead of the chains, and Dak's making a lot of big plays. And you know, one of the things I don't think oftentimes we include is just his ability on some of these critical third downs and his ability to run it and create plays outside the pocket. And so, doing a really good job, and just continue to lead our team. And you can see his confidence just soaring right now.
I'm a better player overall. I mean, than I was last year. So I mean, yeah, better passer overall. Seeing the defense, knowing where I want to get to in my reads, being able to do all of that. Definitely better than I was a year ago.
Just as important was the fact that running back Ezekiel Elliott was on the field to kick-start an offense that starts with a run. Elliott outperformed the league's leading rusher, Kareem Hunt, 93 yards to 37. It moved Elliott to within 17 yards of the league lead, and feels the only team that can stop the Cowboys now are the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what it is. The only one that can stop us is us, and so as long as we go out there, we prepare well during the week and execute during the game, then we should stay on this good roll.
In the end, team owner Jerry Jones got to take home the Preston Road Trophy, a tradition that started with the late Lamar Hunt after Jones bought the team. It's the 5th time in 8 meetings that Jones will have bragging rights again, and says he already has a spot reserved in his home to display it.
Well, I certainly do. I'm a little easier on basically Clark than I was on his dad. His dad was shifty. I had to watch him. But, of course, I think Lamar Hunt's one of the founders of this league and miss him. And we had more fun with the concept of that trophy.
Special Edition, presented by AT&T, is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. The Salvation Army, doing the most good. And by AT&T, mobilizing your world. This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. It's your ticket for a chance to win big.
Let's go! When you look at the recent performance by the Cowboys defense, it's no surprise that the team has a 3-game winning streak.
Oh, back goes Beathard. He's hit, sacked, fumble. Ball is loose. Cowboys have it. At the San Francisco 29.
Jalen Smith.
In their wins against San Francisco, Washington, and Kansas City, the Cowboys defense allowed their opponent an average of just 15 points per game. It's a defense that is gaining respect.
The defense has played well, and like we said earlier, it was a really good challenge today. It's a really good offensive team we played against, and they attack you so many different ways. So you have to prepare really well. You have to be on the screws Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in order to play well on Sunday. And guys came to work and really did a good job of that. Give Rod and the defensive staff credit, but that's not an easy offense to defend. And a lot of weapons, attack you different ways. Our guys were on it. I thought they played well. I thought we were physical against that team, and that was important for us to be able to do that up front and really all throughout the defense.
Against Kansas City, the Dallas defense came through, shutting down the third-best offense in the league. The Chiefs converted just 4 of 11 third downs. Quarterback Alex Smith came in as a top-rated quarterback, while Kareem Hunt, who still leads the league in rushing, was held to just 37 yards.
I thought we did a good job handling situational football. We got off the field on third downs, and I just think for the most part played a really physical game, and we tackled well. One of the things when you play a team like that is you got to make sure you don't give up big plays. They have playmaking guys, and I thought for the most part we did that. We forced them to drive the ball, and except for the play right before the half, it was a pretty clean performance on defense.
During their current 3-game winning streak, the Dallas defense has racked up 11 sacks and produced 7 turnovers. Linebacker Sean Lee gives high praise to the team's defensive front.
The way they get off the ball, the havoc they cause, it keeps us free so we can run to the football. They're helping us get off the field on third downs. Really, they're the engine that makes this defense go. They've been playing unbelievable. Really, really athletic guys who love to practice and play the right way. I'm excited to play with them.
I just really think that that whole front seven is growing, getting better. And we know as young as we are in the secondary, we have any way to go but up. And they are going up and they're getting better.
For the first time this season, DeMarcus Lawrence failed to pick up a sack, but it really didn't matter. A lot of double teaming allows other players to step up. His expectations and his hopes for the defense continues to grow.
It's real high. We just got to keep playing team ball, bro, and, look after each other out there and keep it going.
Oh, it could be special. We just the front four we have with even Ty, D-Law, Malik, David. It's a lot of great guys that we can build around and do a lot of great things.
Blitz coming off the edge. Smith is rushed. He is hit and he's sacked. Back at the 18-yard line by David Irving.
Defensive end David Irving has moved up to 15th in the league in sacks after he got his 6th of the season. It's a career high after missing the first 4 games of the season.
Just being smart, playing smart, trying not to rush upfield or get washed out of the play, just trying to stay alive.
In the fourth quarter, rookie Taco Charlton also got into the act by getting the first sack of his career. So far, Charlton has appeared in all 8 games, and he's been on the field for 186 snaps.
I was happy, especially at the point in the game where I could really help out the team. It was in, they were trying to, in the 2-minute drill almost, trying to come back and score a touchdown. So just to help the team out, force it to a 4th down, 4th and long was definitely beneficial.
Against the Chiefs, linebacker Sean Lee led the defense with 12 combined tackles. No other teammate had double digits. He credits a team that is tackling a lot better.
No question. I think we've continued to work on tackling, and particularly early in the year, we didn't tackle well. You go back to the Denver game, that was something on tape we've never put on tape, and so we're trying to play faster, be more physical, get the football, stop the run. That's something we're really emphasizing and doing a better job of.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. It's your ticket for a chance to win big. This segment is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
Wide receiver Terrence Williams' performance last Sunday was one of many bright spots during the team's win against the Chiefs.
Shotgun for Prescott, back looking around, standing. Oh, there's a deep slant to Williams at the 17-yard line, and he's brought down in the middle of the field.
Williams was targeted 9 times and never faltered. He caught all 9, a career-high 141 yards. It was the 3rd time he topped 100 yards in his career.
But sometimes the coaches, they do a great job in drawing up plays to where Dad got to go through his full progressions. So some practice, like in games, I might not catch one, but then some practices I might catch the whole time. And so it's just like one of those things when coaches like set up hard jobs to do. It just comes down to it. But this week it just felt kind of different because we felt like we had great matchups, how they played their defense. And so Coach Scott did a great job in putting all of us in great plays.
Yeah, I was happy for Terrence. You know, he works his tail off week in and week out. And, you know, you never know when that opportunity is going to come. And for 5 years now, he just every day, he works his tail off, keeps his mouth shut. And, you know, just goes at it the right way. And that's what is rewarding for games like this. You never know when it's going to come into your day. And he just continued to answer the bell, make some huge plays, smart plays, getting down on that 3rd down conversion. And, you know, he's a dynamic player. He's got good speed. He understands our offense really well. I was happy for Dub to have a day like that.
You know, if you look back at Terrence's career with us, he's been a guy that whenever he's been given opportunities, he typically comes through. He makes plays and has been very productive for us. His mindset, his mentality always is, I'm ready, coach, I'm ready for my opportunity. He's got a really good team-first mentality, but he's excited when he gets his chances, and he's ready for them. He takes advantage of them.
Williams' production was big from the start, beginning with 5 catches for 105 yards in the first half alone. That included a spectacular 56-yarder that set up the Cowboys' 2nd touchdown.
You know, he got open, and when we threw him the ball, he finished the plays. And not only did he do that, but he made some really good runs after the catch, productive north-south runs that really helped us convert some 3rd downs and keep drives alive. So he's a good football player. He's got a great spirit. You know, he doesn't always get opportunities week in and week out, but when he gets them, he's ready for them. Today, he got a lot of them. He took advantage of it.
He had a great day, just getting open a bunch of times and had a lot of yards after catch that were huge for us, giving us chances to score before half, just making big plays all night.
T. Will played out of his mind, man. I'm so happy for him. He's a guy that's selfless, you know, and a big part of his role is just mostly, I mean not mostly, but a lot, blocking on those run plays, you know, come in and blocking those safeties that come down in the box, and it's just great to see him go out there and get some big opportunities in the pass game and make those big plays when we need them down the stretch.
Back to throw 3 steps, slant, incomplete and intercepted on the deflection by Randall, and Randall runs it in for a pick 6.
In Week 5, Williams was on the wrong end of a critical play against the Packers when a pass popped off his hands and went right into the arms of cornerback Demarius Randall. It wasn't the game winner, but it played a big part of the final outcome of the game, eventually won by the Packers. Lots of fans were critical of his play that day. Not so for wide receiver Des Bryant.
Oh, man. I'm happy. You know, everybody here is happy for him. You know, that's something that he needs just to show, you know, these haters that don't know what goes on, that my guy, you know, can ball and forever. You know, he always could, and I'm glad. I'm so happy that he, you know, showed the world today.
It's kind of hard when you just stand and be the bully all the time to people's jokes or people always talking bad to you. So like whenever you have a great friend like this, just to keep your mind straight and just care about you, man, that means the world to me, and it just keeps me going and being the football player that I am.
This segment was brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Cowboys safety Jeff Heath has been with the team ever since 2013 when he signed as an undrafted free agent. But this year, his 5th with Dallas, is the first year that he has started the first 8 games of the season.
You know, it's definitely different. You know, it's different on the body, just you know, the wind and everything. It's something that I had to get used to early in the season. I think it's not really, it didn't affect me really, and you know, I'm pretty comfortable with it now. But you know, it's just, you know, I just accept it like I just handle like every other role I've had. You know, just try whenever I'm on the field, just try to do my job.
Snap is back, looking, standing, throwing middle, intercepted! Intercepted by Jeff Heath!
Last week against the Chiefs, Heath came up with an interception with 5:05 left that shut down Kansas City and helped seal the team's third straight win. It was the first interception of the season allowed by quarterback Alex Smith, who had thrown 298 straight passes without a pick, the fifth longest streak in NFL history.
It's a big-time play, and in those situations, you want to end it like that. And he anticipated and he pounced on it and made a big-time play. Taking the ball away in every game is critical. This team that we played against doesn't turn the ball over very much. So whenever you can limit a scoring opportunity by taking it away, particularly at that point in the game, it's big.
Nothing really out of the ordinary. It's just playing the call, playing the defense, playing within the system, and then there's certain offensive plays that if they run them, when we call certain plays on defense, they should always result in interception, and that's one of them. In that play, I'm really a free player. I'm just reading the quarterback, so I just had to trust what I was seeing and be aggressive.
Heath admits more involvement on both defense as a starter plus special teams requires more recovery time for the next game. Against the Chiefs, Heath was on the field for 64 plays, 47 on defense, 17 on special teams.
The reason Jeff is getting the opportunity, the reason he's a starter, is because Jeff is around the ball. He makes plays. And you look last year, he made key plays, knocked balls out, cover, intercept, and here he makes a big play for us tonight. So that's what you can get if you can keep him out there. He'll make a play for us.
In Week 7, Heath had the additional duties of kicking extra points and field goals, replacing an injured Dan Bailey. Being the backup emergency kicker is something that will always be in the back of his mind.
It's going to be something that I just have to. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's just something I have to do maybe once a week, just so it's not foreign if I do have to end up doing it in the game again.
In for Nick Hayden, a defensive tackle, manning play action, throws it to the right down low at the 49-yard line, but clutched off the ground. Now the ball taken away and returned by Dallas, coming down the left sideline. The Cowboys may have recovered a fumble and in for a touchdown for Jeff Heath.
Heath made quite an entry into the league when he took a fumble recovery 50 yards for a touchdown against the Giants as a rookie. He admits that being an undrafted free agent has left a chip on his shoulder that will never go away.
As an undrafted player, I think that sticks with you for your whole career. You kind of have that tag, and you're constantly having to prove yourself, really. I'm not. Every guy has to prove himself, but I just feel like individually, it's something that I don't take it personal or anything like that. It's not me out to show the world or anything, but it helps me stay motivated and just not forgetting how I got here and all the work I had to put in to be in the spot I am today.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
The Cowboys' trip to Atlanta this weekend will be the first ever visit to newly built Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
We play in a great stadium ourselves, so just to see theirs, to see how theirs is always good.
The Falcons haven't played a home game since October 15th and are struggling with a 4-4 record.
When your process isn't good and you're not getting good outcomes, then you try to, do stuff differently. I think we've been doing the right thing.
Atlanta head coach Dan Quinn is preparing his team to stop the Cowboys' running game, regardless of who's in the backfield.
The scheme's not so, unusually different, but they're really performing up front at a high level. And the running backs are factoring that too, but like most times, when the run game's really going well, it's a combination of the line playing well and the backs, playing well, and I think that's it.
Quinn also says he's impressed how second-year quarterback Dak Prescott is protecting the ball.
I would say real mindfulness for the ball, and he's been careful with it, took care of it, doesn't put, the ball into a bad spot to, where it could create some takeaways, and then I think the extension of plays.
Special Edition, presented by AT&T, was brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. AT&T, mobilizing your world. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss another game. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass. If you missed any portion of the show, be sure to visit DallasCowboys.com/TV.